How's it going, everybody? We are here for a short update release. There's no testing this time. It's a really short update. This is for version 6.15.05, and we only have like 5 things, and nothing really major. One of them is that Greg made size a count as a weapon now. I did check my old one, and it doesn't have any possible tool enchants on it. But if I make a new one here, you'll see it says possible tool enchants. So if I take this and ignore my messy inventory, I haven't cleaned it out since the last video yet. There you go. It now has smite, sharpness, wearbane, disjunction, dissolving. All the normal things it would normally have. So, and it also does, well, this one does 5.5 damage, so 3.25 hearts. So I will use that one when I need a backup weapon. So you can now use them as a weapon. Most of the stone crucibles have been hidden. And I say hidden because they do still exist. Stone crucibles are not really valid for doing anything. We used to use them for lava back in the day when you could just take a stone crucible and a stone mold to a lava pit and auto pour because it's hot already. You could just put a bucket of lava into the crucible and automatically pour out tool heads. So they were kind of valid for that back in the day. But with as easy it is to get clay, the difference between a 1375 crucible that has a thermal mass of 777 versus the ceramic one that is less thermal mass and 1200 degrees higher melting down temperature, there's no real reason to make it. But if you have a reason to make it and you still want to make the red granite stuff, it does still exist even though you can't see it. But if you look over here, there's the red granite one that's 1875, along with the faucet, the mold, the basin, all the normal red granite crucible stuff. Same for black granite. I think the Nether Brick one has been hidden as well. Let's see. I can't remember if it took. Yeah, there it is. Nether Brick one, which is 2250, but again, it's 777. And you have to go to the Nether to get it. And you could have a ceramic one way easier, way quicker. So, not really a reason to do it. But they're still there if you really want to. They're just hidden in any eye now. Oh, you'd figure this would be the one time it doesn't actually rain. But crucibles now collect water if they're sitting out in the rain. And I'm going to take this one and go sit it out here. So if and when it does rain, which we all know it's going to, it can collect water. And after it does, I'll mess around with seeing if we can use a jug or thing to collect the water out of it. It might be a decent way of collecting water early on if you wanted to. We can take other things out with them. Like I've taken out zinc when it's molten and things like that. So I know no reason why you shouldn't be able to, but I'll double check and make sure. Oh, but be careful if you're trying to do your crucibling out under the night sky and it rains in it and you try to light it, it will put out steam and it will hurt you, probably kill you. So don't do that. Build a roof. At least hide it under, well, hiding under a tree would be a bad idea because you burn up the tree, but make a fucking roof. Don't be lazy. And let's see, the last two things are about Naquadah. He changed it so enriched Naquadah will no longer generate. Also, some recipes to get that stuff are now also reactor only. And they have added Naquadah breeder rod, which breeds into the new enriched Naquadah enriched rod, allowing enrichment of Naquadah. Or Naquadria, however you guys say that stuff. I'm not really into Stargate, so. So, let's see. Naquadah. Where the hell are the fuel rods? Naquadah rod should be in a canning machine. What about? See, Naquadah breeding rods. Well, let's look up. Okay, these are the breeding rods. So there's a neutron modifier, thorium, uranium, lithium. There it is. So it uses Naquadah bolts, which is what the normal ones use. I just don't know why that didn't show up, or otherwise I'm just blind. But there is the Naquadah breeding rod. Absorbs neutrons to breed into an enriched rod. Emits half the heat per neutron on this rod. Can't breed with neutrons from moderated fuel rods. The loss value gets subtracted from neutrons entering this rod. This applies to each side where neutrons enter, not to the total of all sides. Remaining neutrons on this rod gets added to the breeding process, and it will turn into an enriched Naquadah enriched rod. Not quite sure why they need enriched in there twice, but sure. And it needs a big ass number because it doesn't have any splitters. So 3, 6, 9. So that's hundreds, thousands, 4 billion, 96 million neutrons, and it loses 10,000. And then if we look at enriched, now there really should be an enriched, there they are, enriched Naquadah fuel rod. So there's what it will actually turn into when it is done. This is the depleted one, which you will use to get Naquadria and a little bit of enriched Naquadah back. And then the Naquadria or Naquadria, whatever. Let's see. There is the Naquadria fuel rod. that you would end up making it out of it from, and then the depleted would give you cobalt 60. So this is literally the end of the reaction chain. When we actually go over reactors, I'll go through this whole chain, but basically you can start at cobalt 60 if I remember correctly, and work your way all the way up to Naquita if you basically just burn up your rods and then centrifuge them for the output. But it would take so many freaking rods if you started at the base one and worked your way up. But so that's it. This was a quick and easy one. We will still have our normal video coming out on Monday to do the aluminum. Still hasn't rained. Amazing in this world that it hasn't rained. But that is your updates. You can get it on Greg's website. You can find a link to that in our Discord. If you have any questions, stop into our Discord. Leave a message in the comments. Better than leaving a comment in the comments. Or stop into Greg's IRC channel and ask him directly. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy. And I will see you next time.